John and Mary meet. What happens next? If you want a happy ending, try A.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Rockin' all week with you. This day is on. Won't you be mine? This day is on. Please be mine. Hello, sunshine. Goodbye, rain. She's wearing my school ring on her chain.
John and Mary fall in love and get married. They both have worthwhile and remunerative jobs, which they find stimulating and challenging. They buy a charming house, real estate values go up. Eventually, when they can afford live-in help, they have 2 children to whom they are devoted. The children turn out well. They go on fun vacations together. They retire. They both have hobbies, which they find stimulating and challenging. Eventually they die. This is the end of the story. Mary falls in love with John, but John doesn't fall in love with Mary. He merely uses her body for selfish pleasure and ego gratification. He comes to her apartment twice a weekend. She cooks him dinner. You'll notice that he doesn't even consider her worth the price of a dinner out. And after he falls asleep while she does the dishes so he won't think she's untidy, having all those dirty dishes lying around, and puts on fresh lipstick so she'll look good when he wakes up. But when he wakes up, he doesn't even notice. He gets out of bed, puts on his jacket, and walks out the door. Mary gets run down. Crying is bad for your face. Everyone knows that, and so does Mary, but she can't stop. People at work notice. Her friends tell her John is a rat, a pig, a dog. He isn't good enough for her, but she can't believe it. Mary collects all the sleeping pills and aspirin she can find and takes them and a half bottle shared. She leaves a note for John. She hopes he'll discover her and get her to the hospital in time and repent, and then they can get married. But this fails to happen and she dies. John, who is an older man, falls in love with Mary. And Mary, who is only 22, feels sorry for him because he's worried about his hair falling out. She met him at a bar, but she's in love with someone called Rob, who is 22 and also not ready to settle down. John has a steady, respectable job and is getting ahead in his field, but Mary isn't impressed by him. She is impressed by Rob, who has a motorcycle and a fabulous record collection. But Rob is often away on his motorcycle being free. Freedom isn't the same for girls, so in the meantime, Mary spends Thursday evenings with John. But John is married to a woman named Madge, and they have 2 children. A charming house which they bought just before the real estate values went up, and hobbies which they find stimulating and challenging when they have the time. John tells Mary how important she is to him, but of course he can't leave his wife because a commitment is a commitment. One day Rob breezes in on his motorcycle and Rob and Mary get higher than you'd believe possible, and they climb into bed. Everything becomes underwater, but along comes John, who has a key to Mary's apartment. He finds them together. He's hardly in any position to be jealous, considering Madge, but nevertheless, he's overcome with despair. He shoots the 2 of them and himself. Murder, suicide, boom, and Madge, after a suitable period of mourning, marries an understanding man called Fred, and everything continues as in A, but under different names. Ha ha ha, I'll save you some time. There's a couple and it's boring. There's a hurricane, then life sucks. But they conquer and survive. And now we're moving on to E, which is equally as boring. There's a cute older couple who has a bad heart. One of them dies, there's some reminiscing, and then moving on, and yeah, you get the picture. The only authentic ending is the one provided here. John and Mary die, John and Mary die, John and Mary die. So much for endings. Beginnings are always more fun. True connoisseurs, however, are known to favor the stretch in between, since it's the hardest to do anything with. That's about all that can be said for plots, which anyway are just one thing after another. A what and a what and a what. Now try how and why.
My mustache is not coming off.
Oh no.
It's not coming off. And my mole's not coming off either.
Yum.
Are you okay? I am not okay. It's alright.
It's a silent, guys, it's a silent movie. I'm not supposed to talk.
I wish you made that last part have sound because that was a good part.
With the creepy laugh. Okay, go. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.